Very good. So let's begin. Let's start with coming into a nice yogic seated posture. So let's straighten the spine and relax the shoulders and make sure your neck is in line with the rest of your spine by tucking in the chin just a little bit. And then feel as if you're elongating the spine. And also feel that your sit bones are connected to whatever you're sitting on. Hopefully it's a cushion or a pillow. It could be a chair even. So whatever you're sitting on, feel that connection and like you're rooting down into the earth. So we have a base, a nice solid base to begin with. And then we're lined up so that we're kind of having less effect of gravity on our body. So the more we can be in a straight line, the less we're going to feel that pull of gravity, kind of pulling our shoulders forward, pulling our body down. So we're kind of, counteracting the effect of gravity. So in this position, let's close down the eyes and begin breathing long and deep through the nose. So inhale deeply and exhale completely. Inhaling, feeling the belly rise. Exhale, the belly falls. Continue long, deep breathing through the nose. Completely pushing all the air out at the end of the exhale. Using your navel to push back towards the spine, to squeeze the air out. And then turn the gaze of your eyes up to the brow point, that point on your forehead, just between the eyebrows and slightly inside. So by focusing on the brow point to the third eye, we're helping to enhance our powers of intuition, stimulating the pituitary gland, our command center. And the Kriya that we do today is actually going to help this process of focusing our energy up here on this sixth chakra, the so-called Ajna or Agna chakra. And that's our command center. It's our command center of our endocrine system. So the pituitary is our master gland. So we'll help the secretion of hormones, and it will eventually, with enough focus here, we'll start to feel our powers of intuition increasing, and we'll start to know things that we previously didn't know through our other five senses. So it could be very beneficial. So let's bring our hands together, prayer pose, in front of the heart, and we'll open with our mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo, chanted 3 times. So let's inhale to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And inhale, suspend the breath in, and go to your sacred space. Feel that connection with your deep wisdom within. And then exhale and relax. And we'll begin with a few energizing warm-ups here to get the energy flowing to help move our spine. So we're going to do a Sufi grind. So we're going to rotate the torso around in circles here. Just pick one direction right now, either direction, and see how much rotation you can get. Just moving at the waist. And coordinate the breath with the movement. So have one breath per rotation, inhaling and exhaling. And most of our breath today, if not all, will be through the nose, unless I say differently. Long, deep breathing. Just opening up the spine. These exercises are acting on many different levels. One, physically, it's actually helping the joints of the spine, relaxing the muscles of our upper body. But we're also, let's move in the opposite direction now. So come to the center, move in the opposite direction. It's also helping to move energy. And so we're clearing the central channel of the spine, the Shushmana, and making that clear for energy to move up, the Kundalini energy that's at the base of the spine, and making a good, clear channel for that energy to ascend. And now return to the center and inhale. And exhale, relax. And then let's bring the hands up to the shoulders. And we'll do a spinal twist. So we're going to inhale, turning left, and exhale, turning right. And close down the eyes and breathing through the nose. Inhaling left, exhaling right. Use a deep, powerful breath. Coordinate the breath with the movement so that you're beginning your breath as you begin each movement to the other side. Upper arms are parallel to the floor. And again, bring the gaze of the eyes up to the brow point, the third eye. Find a pace that's comfortable to you. At least at the beginning, it's good to find a pace that allows you to have a nice deep inhale and a complete exhale with each movement. And now inhale and return to the center. And squeeze mul band, tighten the muscles at the base of the spine, rectum, sex organ, navel, up and in. Feeling the energy rising through the spine, the spinal channel. And exhale and relax. Very nice. Let's do a few shoulder shrugs now. So in a seated position, we'll raise the shoulders up on the inhale and then back down on the exhale. So let's try that. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhale, both shoulders up. Exhale, allowing the shoulders to release down. Deep breath. And really focus on the breath now. Just completely focus on the sound and the feel of the breath. Last few seconds now, deepen the breath even more. A lot of people think that the movement of the exercise is the most important part, but really, I think it's the breath. If we can really focus on the breath, get a nice deep breath in and a complete exhale out, it will really change our complete mental attitude. It'll change our blood chemistry, in fact. And so it's incredibly important to really focus on the breath, get nice deep breathing. So now let's inhale, both shoulders up, hold the breath in, tighten mul band, squeeze all the muscles at the base of the spine, up and in, and then exhale, relax. Very nice. Come sitting on the ground. You can also do this in a chair, but it's much more effective on the floor. The idea is to stretch the legs wide, as wide as possible. And we'll do the life nerve stretch. So this is a stretch for the sciatic nerve, especially. So we're going to be bending at the waist. And we're going to inhale in the center and then turn to the left, exhaling down, bending at the waist. Inhaling back to center and then bending down, folding at the waist on the right. And then repeat. And again, feel as if you're elongating as you stretch down, elongating the spine. And this will help avoid compacting the spine. We don't want to compress the vertebrae. We want to feel as if we're elongating, stretching the spine. Again, it really doesn't matter how far down your head goes. Try and keep your back relatively straight as you stretch down. Using a deep breath, powerful breath in, complete exhale out. Breathing through the nose. And if you feel comfortable, you can close down the eyes, focusing up at the brow point. You can add a mantra also. We often use the mantra Sat Nam. Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale. Sat Nam meaning truth is my name, truth is my identity. So we're uncovering this truth that's inside of us. We're peeling off layers of unnecessary roles, expectations, things that don't serve us. So we're peeling off these masks that we use to conceal our true identity. And then we're uncovering that truth that's deep inside us. It's always there. Last few seconds, see if you can deepen the breath now. And now let's inhale to the center, straighten the spine up, holding the breath, and then exhale and relax. Very nice. Now let's come standing. And in this standing posture, we're going to do the yogic march. So we're going to put our hands into Yan Mudra, thumb and index finger touching. And we're going to be raising the arms up on the inhale as we lift one leg up. So let's start with the left leg. The left knee comes up and we raise both arms up. And then back down the exhale. And then inhaling, right leg comes up. See how high you can lift your leg. Let's do this for a couple minutes. Deep breath. Again, you can move at any pace, but strive to have a deep inhale, complete exhale, and see if you can raise that knee at least up to hip level. It's a nice exercise to start the day, get the blood flowing, get the lymph flowing. It really activates those lymph nodes in the waist and the shoulder area. Last 30 seconds now. Almost there. And now let's inhale, lifting both arms, stretch up. And then exhale, relax down. Very good. Now let's spread the legs wide, and we'll do a yogic version of the windmill exercise. So stretch the arms out to the sides, and we're going to reach the right hand down to the left foot. Doesn't matter if you can't get there, but just move in that direction. And then use the legs, strength of the legs and the navel to lift your body back up. And then stretching down to the left side, to the right side with your left, and then alternate. Using a deep breath. Make sure you use the legs to help lift your torso back to the straight, upright position. So feel as if your mid and lower body is really using its power to help lift yourself back up. Last few seconds now. Make sure you're coming fully erect on the inhale. And now let's inhale up and exhale, relax. Now we'll start this Kriya, the Ajna Stimulation Kriya, or Ajna Stimulation Kriya. We're going to begin in a standing position, and we're just going to make fists with our hands, and then our arms will be hanging at the sides. And then we're going to tilt the head back and look up towards the ceiling and just find a place up above to focus on. Find something to focus your gaze. And in this position, we're just going to do breath of fire. So the head is back and the eyes are open, fixing the gaze at some point. And then we'll just do this for a few minutes here with breath of fire. So let's begin. Fists at the side, arms loosely hanging. Tilt the head back. Breath of fire, begin. Breath of fire, it's using the belly. Feel the belly moving as you breathe, forcing the air out on the exhale, and then an automatic inhale. Rapid belly breath through the nose. Last minute now. Keep the breath going. Powerful breath of fire. Almost there. And now inhale, straighten the neck and tighten or pull the chin in so that your neck is straight, and just hold the breath in this position, straight spine. And exhale and relax. Very good. And now we're going to come into a triangle pose. So we're going to come down, and then we're going to moving up so that we form a triangle with the legs. Adjust the camera here. So one leg of the triangle will be the legs and should be straight. And then the other part of the triangle will be the arms and the back. And if you can, line those up. And the head would be between your arms, ideally. So give this a try as best you can. And we're just going to do long, deep breathing in this position. Okay. So might help to roll the armpits towards each other, if that makes sense. Try and rotate your upper arms towards the middle. See if that helps. Just hold with breath, with long, deep breathing. Try and elongate your neck. Tuck in your chin a little bit. Might take a little while for your body to adjust so that you can actually, approximate that triangle position. Breathing through the nose, long and deep. Fingers are spread wide. Palms and soles of the feet on the ground, if possible. Last minute now.
Final seconds. And now inhale and then exhale and hold the breath out and tighten mule bond. And inhale and relax. Okay, very good. Now we're going to come on to our lying on our stomach on our front side. And we're going to move into a bow pose. So lying on our front, we're going to reach back and lift the legs up, reach back and grab your ankles. And, this might be enough right there to do this. So if that's as far as you can get, that's okay. And you could just hold this pose. But if you can, use your thighs to help you lift your chest and then your head up, and then lift your legs, your upper legs off the ground. So you're forming a bow shape with your body. And in that position, we'll be doing long, deep breathing. Try for a couple minutes here. Okay, so come into position, and to the best of your ability, try and lift the chest and head and the legs, and just breathe long and deep. Just don't worry if you can't achieve that position, or if you can't achieve it for very long. Just take rests if you need to. Breathing through the nose, long and deep. And you might find that it's easier to have your feet close together and your knees a little farther apart than your feet. Last 20 seconds now, almost there. And now inhale, hold the breath in, and then exhale and relax. Very good. And then we're coming onto our back now. So we're going to lie on our back for a stretch pose. So for stretch pose, we're going to have our legs and feet together. Arms will be by our sides. And then we'll be lifting our legs about 6 inches or about 15 centimeters. And then we'll lift our upper body at the same time. So we're balancing on this lower back. And
we're using our navel. This is a navel strengthening exercise, okay? Strengthen our navel center. And so let's begin by taking a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Another deep breath in. And exhale. And then deep breath in, come into position, lifting the legs, keeping the legs straight, looking at the backs of the toes, the tops of the toes, lifting the head, and then begin breath of fire. Arms near the thighs. You should feel your navel moving, powerful breath of fire. And now let's inhale, tighten mule bond, and exhale down and relax. Very good. Just rest briefly, lying down. Well done. Now we'll do a second round of stretch pose. So with the legs and feet together, let's take a deep breath in. Exhale. Deep breath in to begin. Raising the legs, raising the shoulders and head. Begin breath of fire. And inhale. And exhale, relax down. Very good. And just rest for a moment. This is a challenging Kriya, and it's going to get easier now. So we've done the really hard part, I think, already. Okay, so come up into a seated position. Could be an easy pose, could be in a chair, whatever suits you. And if you prefer, we're going to do a spinal flex, so you could actually come into rock pose if that's available to you, if that's comfortable. You could be in this rock pose position with your hands on your thighs, or any seated posture. And so we're going to inhale, flex the spine forward, and exhale, flex the spine back. And continue. Lifting the chest on the inhale. Again, our goal is to have a powerful breath, deep inhale, complete exhale. And see if you how much you can focus on your breath during this exercise. See if for the next 2 minutes you can focus completely on your breath. Again, the eyes are focused up at the brow point. The head really doesn't move much at all, and the shoulders don't move much. Ideally, most of the movement is in your spine, and your hips rotate a little bit too. Your pelvis rotates to facilitate the spinal movement. And to the extent that you can really focus on one thing is helping us to bypass that thinking intellectual mind that is always chattering and leading us into trouble. So we're moving towards a meditative mind by focusing and bypassing this thinking part of our brain. Eventually, with enough focus on this meditative mind, we achieve a state of neutrality, this zero state we call shunya, in which we're balanced. The poles are balanced, the positive, the negative, the male, the female, the right, the wrong, the light, the dark. And now let's inhale, up, hold, tighten mulban, squeeze, rectum, sex organs, navel, up and in, straighten the neck, and exhale, relax, very nice. Now we're going to sit on the heels if possible. If it's not available for you to sit on your heels, you could do this in the chair. It's no problem. What we're going to do is just lean forward, and if you're able to touch the ground with your forehead, just rest with your forehead. If you're in a chair, you could just, fold forward, and in that position, focus all your attention on the brow point, on the third eye area. So complete focus, and just breathe normally. And we'll do this for a few minutes. So feel that third eye area, and just, if you can, if you're in this position, you want to spread the legs a little farther apart and have your hands on the tops of your feet. So let's come down into that folded pose. Just resting and focusing on the brow point. So just breathing normally, but focusing meditatively on that third eye area. See how single-minded you can be with your attention, placing all of your attention on your forehead, that spot just above where the nose meets the skull, the Agna center. So the chakras are really energy vortexes. And the third eye chakra is associated with higher knowledge, intuition, kind of a sixth sense. And it helps us to perceive the cosmic vision beyond the physical world that our eyes can't see. It'll connect you to your intuition, help to illuminate everything as it is without the filter of your past, your expectations, or your judgment. This chakra is also linked to imagination and visualization. And the sixth chakra, when it's functioning well, helps you trust your inner wisdom. And when it's blocked, you might feel closed-minded. So when this sixth chakra is in balance, the third eye chakra, you're able to tune in to and trust your intuition and your imagination. You see your life with clarity, self-awareness, and emotional balance. You trust your inner knowledge, which allows you to make balanced decisions. And then you're open to different perspectives. When you balance this third eye chakra, you'll have a greater clarity of thought. And you can begin to see things as they actually are without the projection and color of ego. From there, you can begin to move forward toward the things you value in life more. Okay, so now let's inhale and exhale, and let's raise up, come back into a seated position. And the next part of the Kriya is called a bundle roll. So what we do, and this is, it's not really something that's easy, and I don't have a lot of space here to demonstrate it, but what we do is we lay down and we have our arms tight against our body. And the idea is to kind of thrust your hips up, and we're going to start rolling back and forth like a bundle of wood. Being rolled on the floor. So you kind of roll one direction and then roll back the other direction. And if you have enough space, you can actually do multiple rolls, rolling completely over. And that's ideal. So let's try this for a couple of minutes, the bundle roll. Let's just try rolling in any direction. If you have the space, you can just continue rolling around on the floor. And at some point, you can get a little momentum going, and you can kind of roll a little bit easier. Once you're laying on your back, it's a little tough to get started, to get that first roll going. And my thought is that this actually helps to move energy, helps to equalize energy and spread the energy throughout your body. And now let's return to the center and inhale, exhale, and relax. And then come back into a seated position for the last part of the Kriya. And the last part is a chant. So we're going to be chanting Sat and Nam. And how we're going to do it is we're going to do an undulation of Sat. So we're going to have a mudra, so Gyan mudra, index finger touching the thumb. And we're going to chant Sat and finally Nam. So we're going to have 7 undulations, so 6 Sats and 1 Nam. And it's going to, let me just demonstrate how it will be. So it'll be Sat Nam. So we end with Nam. So 6 Sats with this undulation, and then ending with a Nam. We'll do this for a couple minutes here. So let's begin with a deep breath in, and then begin chanting Sat Nam. And then deep breath in. Sat Nam. Sat breath in. Sat. Nam. 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 Last one. Sat. Nam. And inhale. And exhale. And then come onto your back for deep relaxation. Just completely relax on your back. Make yourself cozy. By cozy, I mean you could turn off the lights. You could cover yourself with a blanket to keep yourself warm. Anything that helps you feel comfortable and relaxed. Just completely relax all your muscles, letting all the tension just flowing out of your body.
Chitra Chakra Varti Chitra Chakra Bhagate Swayambha Subham Sarvada Sarva Jagate Dukalam Pranasi Dayalam Sarupe Sadange Sange Abangange Bhagate Chitra Chakra Varti Chitra Chakra Bhagate Suyamba Subam Sarvada Sarva Jagate Dukalam Pranasi Dayalam Sarupe Sadange Sange Abangange Vibhute Chitra Chakra Varti Chitra Chakra Bhagate Suyamba Subam Sarvada Sarva Jagate Dukalam Pranasi Dayalam Sarupe Sadange Sange Abangange Vibhute Chitra Chakra Varti Chitra Chakra Bhagate
And inhale and exhale. Again, long, deep breathing. Moving fingers and toes. Rotating wrists and ankles. Stretching. Let's begin moving around and stretching in any way that feels comfortable to you. Could include some cat stretches, lifting the knee up to the chest and then stretching over to the other side. And come back to a seated position when you're ready. And we'll close in our usual way with the chant of Sat Nam, chanted 3 times. So let's bring the hands together at the heart center, palms pressed together, eyes closed down, And let's inhale to begin the mantra. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. We are healthy, we are happy, and we are holy. Sat Nam.